All right, good evening, everybody. We are about to go live here, and it is Mr. Hacking in the chat. Look at that. All right, everybody. Here we go. Turning on the turning on the audio, getting us up extra. This one maybe? Oh, look at that. It worked. I'm always amazed when like OBS actually does anything right. There we go. Gifted the sub. All right, everyone, we are live, and here is Kurt getting set up for the night, getting ready for you.
Hello, everybody. This is, before anyone asks, obviously I know what's going to happen. This is a fine añejo tequila. I've never had tequila aged that much. Somebody gifted it to me. So, hey.
Good times. I have been out of town for the week, as most people here watching the stream know. I've been in Minneapolis. I went there fully expecting for the town to burn to the ground because I wasn't expecting a cop to be found guilty on all three counts. But you know, got there, and I've got an image to show that kind of shows the mood here. This was George Floyd Square that night, and the man in blue up there is rapping for the crowd. There's music blasting. I would actually play the video of it, except it's all copyright music, and Twitch are now assholes. But it's just, I mean, it was a party for the entire night there.
Guilty on all fucking charges.
Oh.
After that party, me and actually one of the viewers here, me and good old Budo, we went off to the next spot, Brooklyn Center, where the protesters were still out protesting for Dante Wright at the police station, which was surrounded by National Guard. And that is where I ran into our friend. Not only did he have the hat, he had the shirt, he had a backpack, and he had a shield that had the Anon logo on it.
Oh,
and that's the mask the mask on the back of his head hanging out there, if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see
so he was
that's cute.
He was fully masked up everywhere you could possibly put a mask. There was a patch on one of his shoes too, so gotta love it.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It was. It definitely looked like someone had been to the Disney store, but the Anon version. Yeah.
The Warner Brothers store.
You know, so we had an interesting evening there because at that event, they had a curfew in place for 11 p.m. and of course the protesters have been doing this long enough now. I mean, it's over a year now in Minneapolis, so they now have this white van. That has a sound system that is so large you can hear it. You can hear it like 8 blocks away. Like you can feel the bass like 8 blocks away. Like if you're in a house next to where the thing's parked, shit is shaking off of your shelves.
The low frequency version of an LRAD.
Oh, it's like, oh my god, loud. And it was right outside of the police station, with the back of it, of course, with all the speakers facing the police station. And covered in National Guard. 11 p.m. is about 5 minutes away when they turn the music off. They get on the mic and they tell the National Guard in no uncertain terms, yeah, we heard you. Yeah, curfew, huh? Yeah, we ain't leaving. Come get us. And the National Guard's response was to not do anything, and then about half an hour later to get in all of their vehicles and drive away. And leave with the protest still going. It was a weirdly disarming event because within another like half hour or so, most of the protesters had left the scene. I had left just before, just as they were starting to roll out. It was interesting watching all of that. You know, if you are in that position as a National Guard and you want that to go the way you want it to go, like everyone kind of decides it's time to go to sleep, getting in your vehicles, forming 2 columns, like in formation, and then driving away is actually the best way to break up the crowd. Because once they have nothing to yell at, like, they're like, oh yeah, it's 1 a.m.
What are we doing here?
It's like 1 a.m. I'm going to sleep. So it was a smart move on their part. I wasn't too happy with it, but it was a smart move on their part.
Well, I mean, they got to take that L, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, they took the L and walked. I mean, it definitely, everyone got hyped up and everyone got adrenaline right before they left, because it turns out they had staged in the police station like all of their riot shields and riot gear and everything else. So the first thing we all see is, a few minutes after 11, a ton of cops and military come out of the building with their riot shields, with their batons, with everything, and face towards, the fence that we're on the other side of. And it's like, oh shit, here it comes. And then they all just get in cars and drive away. But like for a second there, everyone gets that adrenaline of, holy shit, here it comes. And you saw the few people who you could recognize in the crowd who did not need to get arrested tonight. For the reasons of they might not be let go, or, depending on warrants and whatnot, kind of disappear at that moment. Like, there was one that I knew, actually, that could not have the cops run his record, or he wasn't getting out in the morning on bail no matter what. And I walked right over to him and just kind of hit him in the side, because he was facing the other way, dancing to the music. And he turned around and saw the riot shields and smiled at me and just walked off down the street like he wasn't here.
This is my cue. All right.
All right. I'm
Exit
out.
stage left.
Oh wow.
Woo.
Yeah. It
Y'all
was,
have fun. I gotta go return some videotapes.
Yeah, exactly. But the whole night, that night kind of felt celebratory, and in a good way. But at the same time, when it came time to get on the mic from the back of this vehicle, a few people, like especially Jaylani, who is a lawyer there and has worked for a lot of the families and whatnot, he took the mic and really explained that this isn't justice, this is accountability. We need justice, but it's a long ways out, because while we were waiting on the verdict today, a 15-year-old got murdered. And he explained that to the audience, and some of the audience hadn't even seen that. They had just been outside celebrating the verdict all day, and
that fucked up. And
yeah, I mean, as the verdict is being read, basically, I mean, it was within like an hour of it. It was horrible.
It's like they want everybody to be fucking pissed at them. It's just
yeah.
Well, if I'm not incorrect, wasn't the 15-year-old wasn't she the one that called the police too?
Yes.
She called the police.
Yes.
And then some witnesses have said that she did actually have a knife in her hand, but that she was protecting herself against the attack of all the other people now, waiting for the cops to get there. And that she was not lunging at anyone. She was backing up, trying to just keep these people from attacking her. But again,
no attempt at de-escalation.
That's sort of irrelevant, because tasers are meant to stop people who are being violent without having to murder them. And that cop had a taser. It could have been used. The gun was a choice.
See, that's what happens when your police training is so subpar, right?
Or when it's exactly what you want it to be. The last couple days, a specific police trainer, Dave Grossman, has been trending on Twitter again as people are resharing some of the videos and materials from his training courses. Dave Grossman goes to police all across the country. He's trained thousands of police offices, hundreds of thousands of police actually in the audiences, because he does hundreds at a time. And the major thrust of his training is to teach them how to kill and not feel bad about it. And during his training,
the whole thing is that cops are these warriors, and so they have to be ready for battle at any time, and they have to be ready to kill other people, and that's their whole thing.
And he says, because it's your job.
By the way, one of the few perks of the job is that after killing someone, you'll have the best sex of your life.
Yeah, that's actually what he says during the course. He says the adrenaline running through your body will give you the best sex of your life after you've killed someone as a cop. And then his follow-up course to the course actually that used to be titled Feel Good About Killing. The follow-up is how to write bulletproof paperwork. And that course teaches you how to write up your police reports in a way that is defensible in court, that allows you to get away with whatever you want. And when the police themselves will not pay the bill for him to come in, which has happened in a few cities, the police unions step up and pay the bill. So he has been everywhere, trained everyone, and he's still out there doing this.
What the fuck is wrong with your country?
A lot. Grossman figured out he could get paid a lot of money for teaching cops to kill without remorse. And he's been doing it for a long time. So
I actually feel nauseous now.
It's horrible, right? It's absolutely horrible. I mean, the thing, again, just like we said last week, the police budget here is $735 billion a year. That is 11 to 12 times the size of Russia's entire military budget. It's just fucking crazy. Oh yeah, and the name of his book is Killology. Dave Grossman's book is Killology.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what he calls his program too.
Yeah. So.
And how is this guy not on a billion serial killer watch list by himself? Like what the
Because law enforcement likes him and agrees with him.
Yeah. Pretty much. That is where we find ourselves. So everyone should be online giving Dave Grossman some shit. Some of the videos have been getting DMCA requests against them and getting taken down, but don't fear. If you put the video up, if you retweet the video itself and it gets taken down or your account gets a strike, actually do the fight this one and say that it's because it's fair use, because it is. He has no right to DMCA this. It is in the public interest, and it is a short enough clip from a long enough training that it absolutely falls under fair use, and he can fucking fight me.
Yeah. My God.
Yeah. So, I'm out there in Minneapolis, and we're talking on the ground. We're, all the protesters. And, of course, just like every major city I go to for some big event, Ford Fisher shows up and starts filming for News to Share. And walks over and is like, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "I think you can expect me at this point, and I can expect you, because this is like the 8th state we've been in an event together." And he was, funny enough, upset that he had booked the entire week and nothing was gonna happen. And I had to say, well, it's an outlook, but I'm happy that guilty was how the day went. I mean, I would have been there for whatever happened next. However, I mean, in the end, not having a bunch of small businesses get burned to the ground and not having a bunch of people hurt and arrested is a slightly better deal than having to do that to prove a point. And it's the right point to prove. I'm not going to argue that they shouldn't do what needs to be done if he gets found not guilty. I'm there for it, but...
and someone in the chat, Aspire, said, according to the wiki, he has never killed anyone. So all I'm taking from this is
grifter,
a fucking edgelord grifter that is probably on /poll half the time.
Yeah,
managed to get the police to bite on his bullshit because I don't know, it stated some primal bloodlust that they have towards the general population.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And if that's actually the case, if it does actually come to it that he does take somebody's life, knowing what I know about people that have gone through that experience for the first time, he's probably going to feel really fucking bad about his training materials. Really.
I would hope, but
yeah, I would hope.
Yeah.
He also could just be a sociopath who hasn't run into the right situation yet. I mean, come on. He's a sociopath, I think, personally.
Yeah, a sociopath, that just makes it even worse. Fuck.
I know a true sociopath, like an actual sociopath, not the joking sociopaths. And I've had conversations with this man, and it is disturbing. It is disturbing where their head is. And I would think that Dave Grossman is there. But yeah, so on the ground, it was a really interesting feel. The mood there now is, in about 7 weeks now, I think, June 16th, Derek Chauvin's sentencing happens. So everyone remember June 16th. And we'll find out where it goes. What I was hearing on the ground was people saying that if he doesn't get max, which is with the aggravated addition, something like 25 to life, if he gets like a couple years plus probation or something, they're still going to treat this like a not guilty verdict. They want life, the people on the ground there. And so that's what we're waiting on now, the June 16th event to tell us what's happening there. But after that, you've still got the 3 other cops who are going to trial in August for conspiracy. And the conspiracy is that they did not stop him from murdering George Floyd. This will be an interesting case because if you can get a court to rule that the supposed good cops actually have to stop the bad cops, that'll change a lot of how they act out in the field, because they'll be able to basically blame the other cop for something that happened, and I don't think they're good people, and I think the whole we're protecting each other right now could be shattered by that. I want to see that outcome simply to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
Not that I believe there are good cops. I believe you could have been a good person and thought maybe becoming a cop was a good idea due to your upbringing, your environment, whatever. However, the second you get there, you have to realize how systemic the racism and just the destructiveness is of the profession you've chosen, and how bad all the other people are, and how indoctrinated they are to these horrible patterns, and just no good person lasts as a cop.
Yeah, I mean,
you might make it a week, but if you're still there, fuck you.
Probably like at any given time, there's probably a certain number of actually good cops who just haven't been murdered by bad cops or been forced out of the force or fired for complaining about, the corruption of the other cops. But they're so statistically irrelevant that, they don't really count. It's still all cops are bastards.
And there's like Adrian Schoolcraft and a few of the other cops who, while I am 100% ACAB because it is a completely racist fucking system, and if you're in it, you're part of it, and you've chosen to be part of it. There are cops out there who have tried to expose some of the corruption, and they end up either dead or in mental institutions.
Or very far away from the police profession.
Yeah, yes. Or living in the mountains off the grid to hide. So that was Minneapolis. It was definitely an interesting deal. I met a lot of good people on the ground there. Got a few good things done. Some organizational stuff, but one of them I'm having on the show on Wednesday next week. One of the local labor organizers who's also a big activist in town and been, doing this stuff since the beginning. Actually, he's been part of an anti-racist action movement in the Midwest since '88. So he's been doing this a long time. His name's Kieran, and he's coming on Wednesday. So look forward to having that conversation and kind of letting everyone know how that really works on the ground there and how they do everything and what they're working towards, and also what the people who are actually working within the local government infrastructure to pass bills are doing. Because they are trying. They are definitely trying. Nice.
Long fucking road.
Whew. So, thank you, Kirtaner, for the cheers.
Yeah, I did the thing.
The thing. And thanks for the subs there, homie. So just, kind of moving on from that for now. We can go back later when we kind of ask for questions from the audience and all that. But I want to talk about some other subjects. There's
no shortage of police bullshittery, so.
Yeah, Mr. Hacking is in the chat. You're here, Kurt. I would love to bring up John Deere.
I've been somewhat paying attention to that situation. That's been an evolving thing for the last number of years, ever since John Deere really started clamping down on their intellectual property rights.
Yeah, so John Deere have done a really strong job of trying to make it where you can't repair your own devices, your own tractors, your own equipment, and finding the right to repair.
Yep.
And however, this time, a newer member of Sakura Samurai, SickCodes, did some proper disclosure, some ethical disclosure, and got into John Deere's network in a way that actually exposed all the customer addresses and contact detail of every customer who owns a John Deere. And after patching it, John Deere now denies it ever happened. Do I understand that right?
Ha 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 ha.
I mean, yeah, so Mr. Hacking in the chat is exactly, says indeed. Yeah, that's what it sounds like they've done. They have taken what was reported, fixed it, and then said it wasn't as bad, and then they said, no, it didn't happen.
This is one of those things, like John Deere, this is one of those companies where there is a more than 50% chance that this is going to result in a cease and desist letter making its way to Mr. SickCodes.
Yeah.
And SickCodes actually is the individual that worked with Mr. Hacking here on the TCL backdoor a number of months back.
Yes, the Chinese government listening devices.
Yes, that CVE that was briefed on by the Department of Homeland Security, if I'm remembering correctly.
TCL televisions. Yes, they sell them at an unbelievable price, but that's because
it's being subsidized
the
by
Chinese intelligence firms are subsidizing
exactly.
You are putting a CCP listening device in your house if you own a TCL TV. It might be $50 cheaper than any of the others, but there's a reason. So don't do that.
Yeah, definitely do not do that. There are better. Well, actually, TCL, they have some really good budget panels. So
yeah, like
you really want to go that direction? Just
buy the panels.
If there's a microphone on that remote, just junk it. Use a generic remote. Use the LAN control. Just anything fucking possible. Just keep all of those smart features the fuck off if you can help it. Don't connect it to the network. Okay, just keep that shit off of your network. Use it as a dumb display. It's cheap enough, right? Just treat that thing as if it's an older TV. If you want to use some of the smart features, don't fucking use it on the TV. Go get a Roku. Go get an Apple TV, something like that. Hook it up to your fucking computer.
Yeah, all of these screens down the side here, there's a 42-inch and two 41 inches right here, and none of them are smart. They are dumb as hell, but they're 4K because you can still get 4K panels that are great, that are HDR 10 and all the other bullshit that aren't smart. You can still buy them. Philips makes them. Haier makes them. Yeah.
Okay, so I say I care about the panel. Like I go deep into the reviews of all the technical breakdowns. Like I want low latency. I want all that shit. And generally, those panels, the ones that don't have the smart features, you're still getting a better deal once you go to the ones that are loaded with stuff. But just keep that shit off your network.
You don't have to.
That's
get
all
it
you
on
gotta
your
do.
Wi-Fi.
That's all you gotta do. Is just don't connect that thing to anything. If you
Indeed.
if you do, then give it its own fucking VLAN or segregate it.
So I wanna go on to another image that has made me happy this week. And this is the internet winning at least a small victory, and that is LeVar Burton is actually going to guest host for a week of Jeopardy.
You're banging this drum
along with everyone else.
All right, cool. Yeah,
we've been fighting this fight, and they gave it to him. I think it's a bit of an insult though, because they gave it to him, and they also added Joe Buck. And for anyone who doesn't know Joe Buck, he is a sportscaster who is also a misogynist with a podcast named Daddy Issues. Whose favorite guest to have on his show is Adam Carolla, the alt-right nut job. So I'm really hoping that when they see these two on the show, they choose LeVar Burton. They have a bunch of other people on the show. Aaron Rodgers was on, all these other people, but this is the guy. I mean, if you don't give it to LeVar Burton, I don't know what you're doing. It's nuts. If you guys want to see something funny, though, Ryan Reynolds is always just freaking hilarious. And he catches on to all the internet trends. He has a gin brand, and if you go look at Ryan Reynolds' Twitter account right now, his gin brand has hired LeVar Burton for its new ad because of this. And it's pretty funny. But I love it.
You mentioned gin, I had to take a sip.
Right?
That is some good fucking tequila.
So here we
a lot
are.
A lot of sweet notes. God damn. Definitely a sipper.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, LeVar Burton needs that job. Like that is just any other answer there, and I'm upset. And of course, Ryan Reynolds is Canadian. I mean, like I wish all Canadians were Ryan Reynolds at this point. Like, I mean, like, come on.
I mean, I'm not.
You know, you can
Shit.
aspire to be. You can aspire to be.
Oh my god, my life is a lie. Oh no.
So, so what do you know? I mean, me and you have both known for about, I think
Oh
it's.
Jesus!
Holy
shit!
crap! Thank
Oh.
you, Mr. Hacking.
Thanks,
There's-
Mr. Hacking.
there's
I
the
hope I
win.
see you later. I hope I see you later tonight after this show.
Wow. Thank you. That is how we live over here. So that is great. That is huge. Yeah.
That dude is the gifting MVP. I'll tell you what.
He really is. He really is. I got some of that bug bounty money, yo, and I didn't even have to hack for 72 hours. Good times. If people don't know, like he just tweeted out like that he got another bug bounty for another one of his wonderful ethical moves there.
Mm-hmm. I hope to be getting back into the trenches with him soon after I get some of my personal life stuff
right
dealt with.
Yeah, you got to get yourself dealt with.
I got the itch.
Oh, I know the feeling, man. Oh my god, do I know the feeling. It's the same feeling I get when I'm not at like a big protest event like in more than a couple weeks. It's the exact same feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's that
I
jonesing.
want to go to town on his fucking car already.
Right?
If anybody doesn't know, he has a Tesla Model 3, and I want to do really, really, really dirty things to it.
Have you seen some of the stuff that there's a Twitter channel, Rich Rebuilds, not a Twitter, a YouTube channel, Rich Rebuilds, and he started the Electrified Garage, which is a third-party garage that actually works on Teslas, and Tesla fucking hate him because he can do all the repairs, and they don't want you doing that. He can also bypass the fact that they block repaired Teslas from supercharging, and he even went so far as to fucking LS swap. If you know what that means if you're into cars, he swapped the engine in a Tesla from electric to a V8. He like does the craziest fucking shit with Teslas. He's hacked the living hell out of them.
I mean, you get a really powerful engine in one of those things. If it's a Model S specifically, that aluminum body is so goddamn light.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's crazy. Like, I think you would love that. If you're going into that, watch some of his earlier ones where he explains all the components and how they talk, and even like he takes them all the way apart to the point where, because he goes and gets salvage ones out of the salvage yards and then tries to make a good working one out of them. And earlier on in his channel, you would find a lot of good data there.
Of course they burn forever if they catch fire. You see the size of that lithium-ion battery?
Yeah.
Remember the very, very early ones? They didn't have the battery shield on the underbody, so if you had an accident or something where you drove over something that happened to puncture the battery, you better get the fuck out of that car. Woo wee! And talk about a design oversight there. Early Tesla owners of any one of their models, you're a beta tester. Let's be real here. You're a beta tester for something that could probably kill you and has killed people.
Yeah. I will say that, just to bring it back to kind of my normal here, most of the lithium we use in these systems is not got in the best, most ethical ways, similar to Hershey's chocolate, which, in the end does basically come from slave labor. The lithium...
slave labor gave me fucking ludicrous speed in my goddamn electric car. Elon Musk is going to take us to the moon. Thank you, Daddy Elon.
So cobalt is the problem, especially in like the DRC and the Congo. Lithium is actually the main reason why we keep destabilizing Honduras and Bolivia, because that's where it all is. We have a deposit of lithium here in America. It's in Montana. It is deep enough underground that they've estimated to get at it and get all the lithium actually out would cost them around $50 billion. They would make somewhere along the lines of $75 billion at today's market, but it would take them 60 years to recoup that much money. So they aren't starting the mine. When it comes to lithium, just remember that, like, right now it still isn't that ethically sourced. They have found a big near-surface deposit of it in Mexico, but it is in heavily cartel-controlled land. And this was, I think, like last February. So there are possibilities that, you know, they figured out ways to get at that in some kind of an ethical way, but it's going to require, well, a lot of guns to remove the people who don't want it taken. You know, the cartels could turn to lithium and probably make more money at this point. Yeah, lithium is still another one of those problematic components, just like cobalt coming out of the Congo. We have actually most of these things, and Montana is the hotbed. That entire region up there, we have all the rare earths that we require that we actually get out of China as well, are all deposited up there in those same series of areas in deposits in the Montana region, and it's just too expensive to get to them. It was the same as expensive to get to them for China, but they decided to start the work 40 years ago, and so, you know, they are already recouping at this point, and no one here has the ability to think that far into the future. And by then, hopefully, we're not using these materials that destroy things, because they are coming up with slightly better ways to do this stuff at this point.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Hey, guy. Hey, anybody remember hydrogen fuel cells?
Indeed. There are still some companies working on that. I mean, Honda still actually makes some hydrogen fuel cell vehicles.
Yeah.
And Hyundai is still trying to perfect a much more efficient version of it. But delivery is still the problem, and, you know, having stations full of it is still the problem. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hydrogen definitely makes sense for much larger vehicles. So, you know, moving on from that, because that was just a random, you know, tangent. Yeah, most of our minerals are horrible. Most of them we don't get in any ethical way. Most of them involve very bad things. But
yes.
But you know what doesn't involve very bad things right now, which I'm enjoying watching, is another image here from this week. And that is, we got a helicopter shooting video on Mars. And here's here's one of the images of it, and you can see all the tracks there. Those are all the rover tracks in the surface. This is from the latest flight number 2. Flight number 3 is scheduled for a couple days from now. And I mean, we have a freaking helicopter on Mars. Like, that's awesome. I don't care whatever you think. That's awesome.
That is awesome. Wait. So it works with standard.
It's got dual rotors, so it's got the dual rotor thing where there's one going this way, one going this way, that kind of helps, you know, reinforce itself in the lighter atmosphere.
Like a boom
I'm
tail.
surprised that shit works.
And then it's got a standard tail, and then of course it's unbelievably lightweight.
There's just enough atmosphere for that to actually work.
Oh yeah, it's like the size of a drone.
They have to have.
It's very small.
You know, scaled very differently.
Yeah.
Like rotor size and speed to weight, or mass.
Yeah, well, I mean, the pilots for that aren't like sitting there with a joystick over that distance. They're sending programming.
The latency would be like, oh shit, okay, I got to course correct for the next 2 minutes. What
they're
the fuck
sending programming, but in the end, you're still like sending like a series of commands. This thing's got to take off, go somewhere, come back. So the next flight's going to be the long one. They're going to do 330 feet round trip with it, just to test its distance and, you know, their ability to program it to fly that distance and come back and land where it can charge again and all that.
You know what I hope is when it comes time to decommission those drones, like they do with all the other ones. You know, they send them on their final journey. Just see if they can get that thing up to the exact altitude that they need to just go full throttle forward and have that son of a bitch just orbiting Mars. Just have it just go
right.
Every once in a while, they could go and see if they can pull some footage from it. It's like, oh yeah, still twirling, still going. Yeah, that's our boy.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome that we have a helicopter
that is the only acceptable way for them to send that thing off.
Seriously, and it's one of the only things they've got on the surface that they could do that with. You know,
exactly.
Spirit and all the others as they died, just kind of sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, my favorite of those is still freaking Tony Hawk driving around in a car, rolling down his window, telling kids to do a kickflip. That is still one of my favorite videos because they all look at him like, "Wait a minute, is that? Oh, that's actually Tony Hawk telling me to do a kickflip. I better do a kickflip."
If anybody hasn't spent a lot of time on Tony Hawk's Twitter timeline, I
It's the
suggest
best.
you do so. It really is the best. It's essentially, for the most part, him describing his life experiences, going around day to day, and having people be like, "Hey, you look kind of like Tony Hawk. Wonder what that guy's doing right now."
And then he responds with standing right here.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right
My
here.
favorite one that he posted though was he was in a drive-through and he got up to the window and the woman looked at him and said, "Hey, are you Tony Hawk?" And he said, "Yeah." And she said, "Why?"
Tony Hawk's existential crisis.
Like what? What kind of a question is that? That one, yeah, that's still my favorite. Because how is he supposed to answer that? Like, because?
No, what did skateboards do to you?
Right?
Oh no.
That's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Yeah. So me and you, I mean, I don't know how you found out, but I found out through a former roommate of his. Probably learned. I think you learned about the same time I did. It would have been almost 3 months ago. That Moot left Google.
Yes,
And,
exactly.
The internet
Yeah,
is just...
nobody believed me. I was
the internet's just now starting to find out
about it. You guys were talking about Moot being all like, all high rolling, being at Google's like, well, first of all, he's leaving.
Yeah.
Like, he's leaving. Oh, how did you find that out? How did you learn that? How do you know that?
Like old Chan people
are you fucking
connected.
kidding me? Are you? Yeah, exactly. And then you try to lay this stuff out to him. It's like, nah, you're full of shit. You know, you're just trying to act like you're part of some in crowd. It's like,
bacon is how he knows.
Motherfucker, I am part of some old friend in crowd. Who the fuck is like Moot literally gave me a shout out when he was retiring in 2014. You're trying to tell me that I'm not going to be privy to these things? Fuck all of you. Seriously.
Yeah. And guess
Come
what?
on.
Now the internet knows you were telling the truth. And you know why?
I am endlessly vindicated.
Because that is a great line, actually. That should be your motto. I am endlessly vindicated.
Endlessly vindicated. Goddamn people, you think you'd learn by now. If I said something like that, and I am confident in that statement, you better fucking listen to me. All right?
Damn straight.
God damn.
But what did you learn?
Just show the clip. Show the clip of me back in like early fall last year saying there's going to be violence if this Q shit isn't taken care of.
Yep.
Fast forward to January 6th. Oh, look, there was violence. Fuck.
Right.
Fuck all of you. God damn.
I mean, to
that's
be
a
fair,
clip. All of that is a
doubting
clip right there, everybody. But what did we learn about him?
Gamergate's gonna be a bad fucking thing if this
What
thing
did you
isn't
learn?
well. You know, Frederick, you better fucking listen to me. Who the fuck are you? Oh, goddamn, I know better than you, old man. Oh, well, look at that.
Yep.
Look at that.
What we have learned, everybody, is that Moot has left to start an anonymous dating app.
That was a meme a long fucking time ago. I
That's
actually
the
saw a
thing.
few. I saw a few of those services back in that heyday.
Yeah.
Like a few of them did pop up, and then everybody looked at it and was like, "Wait, so you want me to give my details to an anon dating app?"
Yeah. Like,
What? Wait.
Sure.
Okay. You tell this isn't a honeypot?
I think it's lowercase anonymous on this one, as Moot has always hated uppercase anonymous.
Yeah.
He's always hated us. He's always been an asshole.
Reiterating, he after the last year or so, like like we were IRC buddies back before the 4chan existed, and for a while after, and he remembered me, and we talked back and forth on and off.
Oh yeah, it's
every
mostly
few years. He gave me a shout out in his retirement stream. He probably fucking hates my guts now because he had no goddamn idea.
None.
But we'll just establish that right now, for those of you that don't know.
I mean, I did tell him to get hit by a bus, and that I wanted to be there to watch him get hit by a bus. So I understand him not liking me.
That's different.
I do understand him not liking me.
Yeah, in my case, it's like, oh wait, you're the asshole that absolutely fucking ruined everything. Oh, shit.
And for the few people here who don't know who Moot is, he started 4chan.
Yes, Christopher Poole.
Christopher Poole. But yes, so
And
he is
back when he
now.
created 4chan back in the day, like just remember, like he was 15 years old. I was 16 years old. We were in an IRC channel called Raspberry Heaven, which was an IRC channel full of people from the Something Awful forums. It was a Direct Connect plus file sharing hub for the anime sub forum of the Something Awful forums.
Yep.
And we
Good old DC++.
you know, for a while we used to shit post on 2chan, and eventually they got so fucking sick of us doing that they
banned everyone.
They banned all non-Japanese IP addresses. And because that happened, instead of Moot buying 4chan.net for vanity email addresses, somebody decided to go and translate I think it was Snacks. It was either Snacks or She, one of those two. They translated
Snacks.
They translated the PHP script, Futalabi, and that became the basis of 4chan. And it was a big joke. And
then it wasn't because
and then it wasn't. And
holy shit.
at one point GoDaddy seized the 4chan.net domain name, and they had to go and get 4chan.org. So when people talk about the timeline of 4chan, they look at the registration date of 4chan.org, and they always get a 1 year off. Always,
.net was early.
Yeah, .net was early. Yeah. All this shit is burning in my brain, and I fucking hate it. Like,
so let's talk about something you don't hate, because you tweeted out an image earlier, and this image was a prototype.
Oh yeah,
of a pen testing device.
Yes. So,
who some people in chat might remember we have talked about a few times before.
Yes, I have on and off, unironically. I got
Buttsec indeed.
Yes, this is for good buttsec. I got the genius idea to work on and develop an actual a hardware device, a physical penetration testing device for physical engagements. And this thing, it's at its core, basically, it runs better caps and like that. It's a Wi-Fi sniffer, and it captures handshakes for you to crack with Hashcat. You know, it's for Wi-Fi cracking, and it's a butt plug, and I call it the anal fissure. You know, that's a joke, right? Fissure, anal fissure, like this is an actual medical condition, but no, fissure as in like the account phishing, PH. And of course, I got really busy over the end of the summer, and up until now. But on and off, I've been working on this device, and I tweeted a mold for a bigger size mold, because I have to fit prototype hardware in that thing. I am not going to be sticking that where the sun don't shine. I'll tell you that much. If you've seen that thing, that mold,
it looks a little large, but again, it's a prototype.
It's a prototype.
It will go down in size, everybody. You can all get one later.
Yes. And see, it you might think it's a gag item, but realistically speaking, like if you know people in the infosec space, you'll find out very quickly that a lot of them, they are some kinky motherfuckers. Okay?
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, when you are doing a really intense physical pen testing engagement, what better place to hide some of your equipment than somewhere where nobody's going to really check, you know? On top of that, the design of a butt plug is generally such that you have the outside handle. You can stick the antenna on the outside, or something that I have actually been looking into, using the internals of your body and the water content and stuff to turn yourself into an antenna booster. Like, just turn your whole body into an antenna. You can sniff those signals for miles. So anal fissure, it's an actual sex toy as well. For those that are using it for the kinkiness factor, it'll give you a good old tickle on the inside every time it captures a handshake.
I just think it's utterly disturbing that you've put something that sniffs up someone's butt.
Oh yeah.
I mean, every bit of this is like it all just
the copy all writes itself.
It does. It really does.
Penetration testing.
This website is just. I mean, this content is going to be so simple to write.
Physical engagements.
So, do you have the mold?
Not. Oh God, it's elsewhere. For those of you who haven't seen, I have a earlier prototype, just
it's
like
on his Twitter. So you can definitely go on.
It's on my
it's
Twitter.
on a Twitter. Which one? It's on the Real OG Anonymous one. I think I saw
it's on Real OG Anonymous. If you want to take a look at that thing. Where the fuck did? Fucking cat. My cats. They're my
it's
cats.
elsewhere. Yeah, you can imagine where everyone thinks it is now.
Look,
you do that look so well.
All right, you know what? I'm not even going to fucking get into this. No.
Yeah, right, right.
No. And it's good, so it's probably going to be Linux based. It's going to be an extensible platform. There's going to be an RFID reader on the handle. If you want to really get into it, you want to clone somebody's ID badge, security badge. Get all up close and personal with them. Yeah, I am thinking of fucking everything. It's even gonna run Doom. Okay, I swear to God.
Yeah, that is the test.
One point, yes.
Will it run Doom?
Point, there will be footage of a butt plug running Doom. I am going to make history. First sex toy running Doom. Watch me.
Good times.
Where are you? Stop. I cleaned up recently, but clearly I didn't clean up enough.
Man, well, everyone can go see it on Twitter there, but it is quite the thing.
It is why I bought a 3D printer.
Indeed. So
this Ender 3 right here. By the way, if I set up a basic webcam feed or something, because I have the hardware for it. If I have to set up something that could just live stream me printing shit, do y'all want that? I don't know.
People usually like that type stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, all the I make things type of YouTubes and shit get a lot of freaking views.
Yeah.
Definitely. So today we found out that Caitlyn Jenner is running for governor of California. And that wasn't even the worst part of the day's announcement around her running for California's governor. One, she is a trans woman running on the Republican ticket in a state where the Republicans have been very clear that they don't believe that trans people should have rights. That is confusing. But
Caitlyn Jenner has always been that very sad case where you don't want to fucking say it, but like you're the token one. You're the token one that stands for the party that absolutely fucking hates your existence.
But then it gets worse because the Republicans and
she's like
of course,
Candace Owens,
all the way to like Q
trans version.
Well, right, but all the way to Q, the whole Republican spectrum have been very clear on how bad Hollywood is, and that's where all the bad people are. But they keep, I mean, you're talking California, you've got Schwarzenegger, now you've got Jenner, you've got the President Trump. I mean, they keep screaming and yelling about Hollywood elites being in power, and then they keep electing like Hollywood people to positions of power. I don't understand any of that, Reagan. Of course, absolutely. I don't get any of that.
Because they're able to, they have enough money where their campaigns are obviously going to be well funded. They're going to have good reach. They're going to get enough of the votes of the demographics that are easily swayed because they're able to leverage those woke points to their favor, despite the fact that that is absolutely not what anybody voting for them because of those reasons should ever be voting for them.
Yeah. But now are you ready for it to get more fun? Is everyone ready for the next piece? Because the next piece is a is this.
The ride never ends.
I'm going to show you guys a picture of her new campaign manager. Because this is Brad Parscale. And this is who Caitlyn Jenner has hired to be on her staff. And if everyone doesn't remember Brad Parscale, he ran the internet side of Trump's campaigns and became much higher up in the campaign to the point where a manager for a short period, acting manager, I believe. But during that time period, good old Parscale here is the one who hired Cambridge Analytica and did all of that Facebook fun. And this is the person who is now going to be running Caitlyn Jenner's campaign. And what's more fun, if you're ready for it, is this is also a person with an unbelievable amount of ties to Russia and Russian money through all of the stuff that was being done, including the Cambridge Analytica stuff.
Like Brad Parscale also, correct me if I'm wrong, involved with the Power 10 Twitter amplification botnet.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's just non-stop over there. Not only is it Caitlyn Jenner, but it's also Brad Parscale, and I just, wow. How does he get more work? I mean, I guess you could say he got Trump elected, so like,
exactly,
that's
like
a feat.
His resume, for the demographic of which is going to be giving him paid work.
They like
resume don't
Russian
lie.
trolls.
His resume don't lie. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's good at inorganic boosting.
Yeah, he's good at faking most of it, and getting people to believe, which is just, I don't know. He needs to not be getting any more political work in this country. Oh, he's good at spending money on himself, too. You got to remember that while he was campaign manager for Trump, he spent, and I say spent, $39 million with two companies that it turns out he actually owned that then didn't deliver anything more than a couple targeted audiences on Facebook.
Of course! The grift never fucking ends!
The grift never ends. And Trump's response to that...
Anybody that was involved in the Trump campaign, they probably never expected him to win. Let's be real here.
No.
I
think Parscale actually thought he had tapped into something and had figured it out, and I guess he had. But yeah, it's horrible. That person should not be getting work.
No. God damn.
So I don't know if anyone
American politics, y'all.
Yeah. Has really been following
at this rate, you know, people have been joking for it forever. But you know, Dwayne Johnson probably will become president at some point.
I would think a Dwayne Johnson, Tom Hanks ticket would win president if they ran together.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't suck either. Let's be real.
That's my biggest issue with that ticket is they probably wouldn't suck, and I still wouldn't want Hollywood bigwigs to like be running shit. But at the same time, I don't know that they would suck.
Exactly.
I don't think they'd be very competent, and they'd end up relying very heavily on their advisors, who would probably be very establishment. But I also think,
you know, a Dwayne administration, probably like half the fucking McMahons would end up in positions. Let's be real.
Yeah, we don't want any of the Matthew McConaughey for governor. You know, I saw an interesting argument about fuck McConaughey for governor of Texas. It should be Beto O'Rourke, and I had a problem because McConaughey is a conservative. I don't know how people don't see this, but his whole thing is, you know, whatever, and possibly pot, and maybe, you know, kind of a little spiritual. Dude's a conservative. He votes Republican. And then, you know, if our choice is him or Beto, I don't think we're winning either way. I really don't think we're winning either way there, because Beto is just a corporate centrist cuck who will do whatever Biden tells him to. So
yeah, I wonder what various other members of the CDC would think about that sentence, because This is kind of funny. I've had at least one CDC veteran show up in my own Twitch streams recently.
Yeah.
The author of Back Orifice, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Classic.
Mhm. Cool guy.
Most of them were. You know, they were definitely an interesting group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. If people you know, don't remember where he's going from there, CDC, an early hacktivist group, who made a lot of interesting tools, did a lot of work. Now, you know,
CDC, they actually coined the term hacktivism.
Yeah, they did. Now, Mudge is the head of security for Twitter. After doing a lot of government work.
After doing a whole bunch of shit for DARPA and
yeah, he did a bunch of work for people who we're probably not happy he did that work for. But
yeah,
but O'Rourke was actually in CDC as his handle was psychedelic
warlord. Yes,
warlord. Yeah, psychedelic warlord. And being around the internet back then, there weren't that many people doing a lot of stuff. So like early on, like we all kind of knew each other. And psychedelic warlord on IRC was a fucking weirdo who spent his days writing like fantasy fanfic that made no sense.
Big edgelord shit.
Yeah, like.
But
really
anyway, if
big
you want to know a bit of this history, I'm linking in chat. There's a YouTube video. It's about 30 minutes. It's from recent talk by Joseph Menn over at Reuters. That's how you say it? Reuters.
Reuters.
Yeah. He also wrote a book on Cult of the Dead Cow, and you know, we've had some conversations on and off recently. That is a talk on the history of hacktivism from the Cult of the Dead Cow through to today. I was surprised because I come up at multiple points in that talk.
There's a book, and I refused to be interviewed for it due to a lot of friendships who don't want us talking to Joseph Menn because Joseph Menn has done some unethical shit. It's not as bad as, like, don't talk to Glenn Greenwald anymore, who's off his fucking rocker.
Glenn Greenwald fucking standing for Matt Gaetz.
Dude, Glenn Greenwald is on a freaking media tour right now, going to every network that will show him so he can talk about the fact that Matt Gaetz is innocent. No, he's not. What the fuck, Glenn?
What has happened to that man? He's got the brainworms like nobody's business. Holy fuck. Talk about a fall from grace.
I mean, there are so many things I could say, but if I said it live here on this show, it would definitely come down to he said, she said, and there's libel and defamation on the other end of it, but...
No, it's not defamation to say that he produced piss porn, right?
No.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there's a lot of things you can make fun of him for in recent years. That one's more of the goofy. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he did that.
I don't know how to say this, but you know, there's a reason beyond just having trouble with America itself and thinking you might be in trouble for the reporting you're doing, that you go down to South America, and I would have thought Colombia, not Brazil, given his issues. If everyone can follow. And it might be why his brain ain't working anymore.
Oh, boy.
But, yeah.
It's just sad. It's just fucking sad. Like...
all in Minecraft, of course.
It's like certain people, certain known media personalities in various spaces over the last few years, just watching them completely flip and become a different person to the point where you're like, yo, what the fuck are they putting in the water over there? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I started going back thinking about the interactions with him. And I mean, you know, I now find it sad to say this, but like, I've hung out with Glenn many times in the past. Like during the whole Snowden thing, I was somewhat there, and that's all I'm willing to say on that. But
I've seen, he's been about like you know, a certain notable person that we both know.
Had dinner
when he was released
times.
From prison. I've you know, there's the photos of him with that I'm not going to say gentleman because he
ain't. I was at the party afterward where he got the
problematic individual.
Yes. Oh yeah. I was at the party afterward, and I brought that problematic individual to it after he got his polk award. You know, that room was an interesting room. I mean, it had all the big names. You know, even like
it was a big case.
It just had everyone in that room. I mean, I'm talking like Andy Greenberg was there from Wired, Chris Hayes from MSNBC, and those were the smaller names in the room.
Yeah.
It was a crazy, crazy night. But, you know, I've been thinking back a lot watching what looks like a descent into madness to me from Glenn, and really thinking about what we did know about him from the beginning. And all we really knew was that he was willing to write about, you know, rights, and he was willing to write negatively about the government in ways that were a little farther along than a lot of reporters would in terms of whether the government's going to be happy with you anymore.
For the Intercept at that point,
before the Intercept,
it was good business. Well, let's be.
I'm talking before the Intercept, even when he was first outreached by, you know, Snowden, and then it took months of arguing, and then finally Laura Poitras arguing with him to get him to even decide to use encryption so he could actually talk to Snowden and get the shit done. I mean, it took months of convincing to get him even to do that. And I'm just starting to piece all this stuff together, and I think we might have all had this fictionalized version of him in his head that we built based on the fact that he was writing content that we were happy with at the moment.
So basically, we all know how he's like now. We all know how he is actually like now because he just never learned how to log off of Twitter.
Yeah. I don't know that he's changed as much as we think he has. He's changed enough, but like, I think this might have just been him and we weren't noticing it because he was currently writing shit that we wanted to hear.
I've seen him get into rather gross arguments with a lot of my mutuals. Like,
yeah,
it seems like running through the list, it's happened multiple times over the last 6 months alone. Where, yeah, woo,
yeah, homie. I mean, man. All possible.
Didn't Barrett Brown burn his Intercept award or something?
He did. He burned that award. He burned the National Magazine Writers Award. One of them, I actually have one of Barrett Brown's awards he won in my closet, just sitting there because he didn't want it, and so I never sent it to him. And I had to receive it from him on stage because he was in prison. So I went in his stead, but he doesn't want the thing, and I just haven't felt like throwing it away. So.
Yeah, it's a funny artifact to have lying around, right? Frankly. Like, yeah, I probably wouldn't throw that away either. I'd be like, hey, look at this shit I just got lying around my closet. Ain't this funny?
It is.
Does that say Barrett Brown? Yeah, it does. Oh, man, right. I have so many stories.
I love it, homie. Barrett Brown beret.
Whew. There's a series of articles on the Intercept by Barrett Brown that's some of my favorite writing ever. It's when he was in prison. The notes from I can't remember the exact title of it, but he was writing little articles while he was imprisoned, and they were published on the Intercept. Just his experiences within the judicial system. That is some top tier writing, all of it. Man has a way with words.
Yeah. So in the chat, I've been asked to talk about Val Brokesmith, and I can. Val, most people might know better as you know, the group name, Bikini Robot Army. From, you know, all of the Deutsche Bank releases, like all the like leaked info from that. Val went missing over a week ago now. We are friends. So Val was in one of the Signal chats, one of the very private ones that I'm in with a few other like-minded people, and we weren't getting information. Val's girlfriend as well, who I'm not going to call out because I don't know what he's really going through, was in there and ended up being on Val's account in our Signal chat telling us, you know, that Val was definitely missing and talking about it. And that there were literally no clues, but not giving us enough information that we could even start figuring things out. Like when questioned about where was he, what was he doing, did he talk to anyone, just disappeared on us. So the few places we had to talk to Val if Val were to pop back up, we had to actually remove his accounts from multiple private places, simply because we didn't at that point know who had the phone, who had any devices, and you can't leave devices like that, in your private areas. You just can't, because you don't know who's going to get that phone or what condition Val might be in if Val pops back up. We're at the point now where it is Val is officially a missing person. The LAPD have actually put out notice. There is a notice. I think I can go find that. Give me one sec. Yeah, here it is. I will link to it in the chat here. Val is honestly awesome. I mean, a lot of the leaked data that we found out from the Deutsche Bank stuff, everything from the Russian side of things, from the Trump side of things, a lot of it was related to, all basically Val's work. And, yeah, so the tweet I think was a joke personally. I mean, so there's the last tweet sent out was on the 4th, and while we kind of all learned that Val wasn't just not chatting for a few days, but that Val was really freaking gone like about a week ago. I mean, Val at this point could have been gone all the way back to, I think it's the 6th now.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, the notice says from family that they were told that it was April 6th on Griffith Park at Riverside Drive. This notice was only put out yesterday, so I was traveling. I hadn't seen it yet, but someone told me that they had put out this notice. Definitely, I mean, if you know Val, if you know the types of areas that Val might be in, you're one of our types, and you see Val, please have Val reach out to us. We're all wondering what's going on. We all miss Val, and we all hope that the worst hasn't happened. The enemies that Val was making and publicly making were large and powerful.
I hate to say it, but
it does
not look good. It don't look good at all.
Yeah, so all of it is, everything about it. I mean, the missing persons notice too. Someone in one of the private chats said this is like the 3rd revision of it. Right now, all we can hope is that, there's good reason to go dark. With the types of stuff that, I was going to say, like we do in those certain private areas where we deal with this type of shit, going dark is sometimes the right move. And sometimes it's so much the right move that even your family can't know for a few weeks, and then you pop back up.
Yeah, let's just hope that it's
I'm hoping it's one of those.
Oh, boy.
I really am. I wasn't really going to bring that up too much, as it's it's still a completely unknown. But if, again, I mean, go look. There's a million pictures of Val out there. Good face shots. If you see Val, please tell someone. I mean, you can tell me, I can get it right to the family. If for some reason you don't feel like going to the LAPD, which I would completely understand.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so there we are. I mean, that's everything I had written down to talk about, and then a heavy one at the end. Does chat have anything else to talk about there? I mean, yeah, and again, chat, I will update you guys early next week when we have more information, because I know I'm going to have a lot more information on what's going on with Val soon.
Yeah. How about a quick update on my situation here?
Yeah, let's talk Kurt here.
Jeremy Hammond and his brother have a game dev outfit now. Smashmaga.com.
Yes.
Well, how about that?
And that is absolutely awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Cop shooting a 15-year-old. We already talked about that.
I just hey, can we redo this website for them?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Oh, for Jeremy, fuck, we do that shit for free. Oh my god.
Let's
Yeah,
we
that's
have the
bad.
right contacts. We have the right contacts. We can
you
make
know
this
exactly
happen.
who to reach out to, and they're in
Yes,
another one
I
of those
do.
private chats.
I absolutely do. Holy shit.
So see if we can make that a little more pretty for them if they're up for it, because there's there's multiple people in the chat who would do that for free, I'm sure.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna be sending that person. I'm gonna be sending that person and be like, can you yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, so after the
I
know,
need
right?
to close that. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's really
my eyes need some not looking at it. Now, I'm gonna say something, and I love Jeremy, so don't take this wrong, but that website looks like someone who hasn't been building websites for about a decade built it.
Yeah, I have to wonder, like, did Jeremy make that? Because
that's what they used to look like.
Somebody said that it doesn't have HTTPS. That's wrong. They do.
Yeah, it just doesn't default to it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have a redirect.
I think. But
yeah. So back to video.
Anyways, back to stuff. Yeah. So Kurt, when we're done here, relatively soon, we are going to be rating you, and you're going to be going back to Yakuza, right? And you're going to actually get to the end.
Like a Dragon, otherwise it's known as Yakuza 7. I have done 3 sessions of that so far, totaling. Actually, no, 2 sessions. This is going to be the 3rd. I've been doing marathon streams of it. I initially started with a bold attempt at doing it in a single sitting, one single stream. And Yakuza games, they're long. They're generally long. Most of them, you know, you're looking at if you're going for the whole gamut, if you want to do a little bit of everything, do all the side quests and stuff, they're usually about 40 to 50 hours long if you know what you're doing, or if you're good at that style of game. I did not anticipate this one going so whole hog with it being a turn-based JRPG in design. Because the rest of the series, they are a brawler. Like, there's a leveling system and stuff. It's an RPG with random encounters, but the combat, like it's a combo-based fighting system. This one, the main protagonist has a obsession with Dragon Quest, and by the way, like I'm not kidding. I'm not like embellishing or anything. The main protagonist literally says, "I loved Dragon Quest growing up. Like, I played a shitload of Dragon Quest." So his imagination makes it so that every single combat encounter is a turn-based JRPG with fantasy elements, and I have him all decked out in a suit of armor. And, you know, he's the hero class, and he is a JRPG protagonist in his head. I am almost up to 80 fucking hours played in this bad boy, and I probably have another 10, 15, 20 to go. I thought I was going to do that all in one session, and I did a 50-hour stretch before I was like...
It hit 48 hours, cut him off, and he came right back and kept going.
Yeah. That was the first session. Second session, I slept for about 12 hours and then immediately got back to it. And that lasted 30 hours. I still didn't beat that bad boy. No. I did a 50, and then I did a 30, and then I was like, I gotta go to fucking bed. Like, cause you know, it was catching up to me. I ended up like, and this was late Wednesday night. I woke up this morning at 8 a.m. I woke up, I looked at my clock or picked up my phone. I'm like, oh fuck, I just slept the whole fucking day. Wow. Okay. It's Friday. All right.
Cool. Let's
go. You know, my body clearly needed that. Of course, then, you know, I wake up, you start moving around, and 10 minutes later you're screaming because your bladder absolutely fucking despises you. So then, you know, that was a fun morning. On top of that, my cats and dog, they were pissed. They were not fucking
They had some
happy.
words for you.
Yes, they did. I'm amazed that they did not manage to wake me up, because I woke up and they were swarming me. They were screaming at me. The moment they heard me elicit anything other than snoring, I was always like, My dog fucking rushed over under the bed, was like fucking dancing. It's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, motherfucker. I hate you right now. Yeah, it was a fun morning.
Indeed.
Yes, I don't typically sleep that long.
No.
Out of pure bodily necessity. Like I slept through
It
2
happened.
consecutive alarms.
Yeah, and
So-
you had no choice there. I mean, your body was just
Yes.
getting what it needed.
But the reason why I'm doing this is because I discussed this on last Saturday, right before I kicked off these streams. On my birthday, I found out that I needed to find a new place to live. It was a really shitty birthday. I have until the end of June to find a new place. And this kind of took me by surprise, and it really sucks because in order to be able to sign a new lease, I have to have certain things zeroed out so that there's no fucking issues.
Like the utility bills, which
Yes,
are
my utility bills and
upwards
and
of $5,000.
Yeah.
Plus
for a
all the
single
other
bill.
bills, so it's somewhere near
Yes.
10K to really get everything fixed.
Yes. Now, and I'm doing these marathons, kind of like it's basically fundraiser for me to get my shit all fixed up, because my war on the Watkins family and QAnon and all that, well, that didn't pay a shit. Okay.
No.
That was me doing it for the betterment of the world. And basically I dedicated months of my life with no fucking money coming in whatsoever to these efforts. So that's a whole thing. And I will say that last week, during the course of this initial run, I managed to pull in $2,000 in this initial stretch. And because I fucking love all of you, you are all amazing people. Still got a ways to go, but that early stretch, that made me a little less terrified about the coming prospects. And let's keep this shit going. On top of that, I finally set up something called Treat Stream, which is something that people that are watching me stream, they can go to, and it's kind of like the same thing as tipping, donating, or whatnot. They can literally pick a menu item option that I picked out, and it goes to one of those restaurant delivery services, and you get a stream notification like, hey, this guy just bought me Subway, and then it's at my door 30 minutes, and y'all can watch me eat. Because of that, I've actually been eating a lot more healthily, because I'm not like starving myself and eating a fucking fruit bar and basically subsisting off of nothing. So people have been helping me not starve to death directly, and watching the fruit of their efforts, and that's always fun. And helping me not be homeless in 2 months. And again, if I end up losing my home, there's server infrastructure that is here, local, in my house, and multiple websites and initiatives are run out of that. So I need to find a place that can have same ISP, same kind of setup, because otherwise, if that doesn't happen, well, then there are multiple things that are going to possibly cease to exist, including the website some of you are currently here watching this on. So I'm in a stressful point in my life.
Indeed, but you are working through it, and it's kind of working. Like the streams are actually you're getting there. You're nowhere near, so people still need to really help, but you're getting there.
Yes,
you're
like
it feels like the investment of time is worth it.
It is, and my whole thing, exactly. My family's I have a son, so it's not like I can go move into a one bedroom. I really need to get my shit fixed up. This is I put everything that I had into specific things to help a lot of people that either have no idea that I was doing this, or saw news about it and are appreciative, or so on and so forth. I wish I didn't have to be doing this, but I'm doing it, and y'all get to have fun and watch me absolutely and utterly push myself to the limit, doing these marathon streams where I am not getting any fucking sleep, and I am just going and going and going and staying engaged in chat, and y'all are my companions on this fine journey. So
And be cool. He needs to sleep, but like we've learned, he can make it to 48 hours. It's just like
Exactly.
at that 48-hour mark, you really do start to show it, though. You really do.
I do.
Like, you start doing this thing. Like every couple minutes, and at that point, that's the only time now when I start saying, "Hey, it's sleep time, buddy."
Well, yeah, I mean, once it starts becoming noticeable, obviously, at that point, I will cut it and I will go to sleep.
I'm sure there are some Chan type people who are here to watch the pain, but that's not most of us.
Oh, absolutely.
Most of us are here
absolutely.
to just see you do this awesome. And
Yes,
yeah.
and once all is said and done, like obviously, this is a niche that not many people have. Obviously, I will not continue doing the super punishing multi-day shit, but I think marathoning a game, trying to do a game in a single sitting within a 24-hour plus additional show. So people show up at the beginning of the stream, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. We go 24 hours, and then I do a regular 5-hour streams length, 30 hours. I think we can do that on a regular occasion, have that be like a challenge thing, maybe 2-3 times a month. I like to do that going forward because it seems people are really fucking into it. They like seeing someone that's actually like going that fucking hard. I've had people that have no idea who I am coming into the stream and seeing like, yo, you really been going for 40 hours? I'm like, yeah. And they're like,
yeah. And you do say it like that too,
really
like,
fucking
yeah,
into it.
I'm
really fucking into it. Like adrenaline. It keeps me going. I'm doing this. I do it for you. Like, I seen who's settled into this shit, and they're like, "Yo, that's fucking based." All right, and then they toss me.
Of course.
I like it. I like it.
In chat, Valfalls asked about Yakuza and the intonation of the word, and Japanese is interesting when it comes to intonation because intonation in Japanese isn't important in terms of meaning or stressing any specific part of a word anymore, or even a word itself in a sentence. Intonation in Japanese is on a sentence level usually, and it's kind of like a hill. Like you start low, you get high by the middle, and then you kind of go back low at the end. The only thing that intonation really tells you when you hear it on specific morai or kind of syllables in the Japanese language is it tells you what region of Japan they're from. That's pretty much all it gives you.
Can I say, like, anybody that has been watching, there was a business simulator in Yakuza 7. Yes. And people watched me grind for a number of hours on that. And I kept telling them, no, I've learned something. No, you don't understand. You will understand why I'm fucking doing this for hours, seemingly for no reason, but no, there's a purpose behind it, and you will understand exactly when I get it.
Valfalls makes a point there. That we pronounce Yakuza differently.
Okay, so I know one of my very close friends. Yep. He's a Macedonian fellow. I've known him since high school. He actually he watched me go through a lot of the early anonymous stuff from the sidelines, and he's not very online, but he's one of my closest friends. And he is the type of person that was so fucking into anime that he went to Japanese classes, and he learned the language, and he learned the language so goddamn well that he has a Japanese wife, and yep. he has 2 kids now, and he speaks more fluent Japanese than the Japanese and Macedonian ambassador to Japan.
Well, I get told that my Japanese sounds like I'm somebody's grandparent because I learned it very much on my own, and I learned it from older training materials. So, A. Bridgewater in the chat says that, Japanese does have some tonal contours, but it's unbelievably few compared to other languages. Yeah, it's a very flat language, and you don't have to really
there's a few regions like Osakan dialect, for instance.
Yeah, I have to ask, Anatawa.
Well, when I'm saying Yakuza, I'm saying it like somebody that speaks fluent Japanese would say it. So there you go. And he's saying it like a dirty gaijin.
Indeed. Yeah, no, I just sound like people's grandparents when I say it.
Yeah. So anyway, people watch me grind for hours with a business simulator wherein my employees for these businesses included a 9-year-old boy, a giant tank-sized Roomba, and a chicken, which was probably the most the most amusing thing is like, I'm screaming, I'm kind of role playing with it to make it entertaining. I'm screaming about child labor and animal abuse and how we're going to keep this out of the media. But anyway, besides the point, I did that to unlock a motherfucking low orbit ion cannon.
Nice.
Yeah. So you do all that and you get a special ability that you literally summon a fucking low orbit ion cannon, and the summon animation for that thing, like it looks almost identical to the display art if you were to boot up Loik right now. It's got that satellite, it's blue hue, almost exactly the same fucking angle. I swear to God, you could Photoshop that sequence onto Loik and it would not look out of place. So yeah, that's how ridiculous those games get, by the way. If you thought that they were just some GTA or Mafia-esque crime thriller, you couldn't be further off from the truth. Because no, it's the only game series that takes itself really seriously with the core crime drama, which is like the gravitas is so fucking intense. And then the cutscene ends, and you go running into the red light district, and then you're using a low orbit ion cannon with a bunch of adult baby fetishists that are wearing diapers and trying to beat the shit out of you because you took away their baby formula. Yeah. That's those games. So if you did not know, now you do, and you should fucking play that shit. Or you could watch me after this show. Oh yeah, I fought a monkey operating a backhoe after a fucking city park circus show accident. That monkey got right into that construction equipment, and you had to destroy that fucking construction equipment. And then after that, I hired the monkey as one of my business employees. So now I have a monkey, a Roomba, and a chicken running a love hotel. Capitalism.
Woo. Fuck yeah.
So my mouth is kind of parched, and I need to go use the restroom. I need to get another can of drink. So
why don't we take a little break here? We're gonna take a little ad break, and
you should do the ad break.
Then we're gonna talk some stuff up, and then we're gonna switch over to rating Kurt.
Yep.
All right, everyone. We will be right back. Here we are, everybody. How is it going? Yeah, so people were just talking about the pronunciation of certain words, and for databases there, it's sequel, and you can fight me.
It is sequel.
Damn straight.
It's literally sequel.
And SCSI is scuzzy.
Damn straight.
I didn't even know there was another like way people called it.
Well, there are definitely people out there with crazy ideas.
Well, I don't know what it's like to be that wrong.
WYSIWYG.
I mean, again, English is an unbelievably stupid language, and all the stuff we come up with for it is completely made up on the spot.
Yeah.
Anybody that says that says WYSIWYG like the actual letters, I'm like,
no, it's WYSIWYG. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly. Like Jesus Christ. Just like how it's GIF.
You know, and I am there with you, 100%. Just like giraffe and gist, it is GIF.
Mm-hmm. Listen to the person that made the file format and stop with your goddamn pronunciation holy wars on this one, people.
And JIT.
Eesh.
Indeed.
And JIT.
Yeah, but, you know, anyways.
You had so much respect for me. What? Are you going to say that the person that created the graphics interchange format is wrong? It's his fucking file format. Goddamn, have some respect.
But again,
Yeesh.
it's the language that we have that's more of the problem. It's not like a living language. It's more like a necromantic language. It's like this whole thing is like horrible.
It's like the fucking Vim versus Emacs thing, but even more stupid.
Well, I've said this on stream once or twice before. I know it. Maybe it was back in the podcast, but I've always explained to everyone just how bad the English language is by asking them to spell fish. I don't know if people in the chat remember this one, but fish in English is spelled GHOTI.
Mm-hmm.
The GH at the end of enough is the F. The O in women is the I, GHO. And the TI in nation is a sh. Fish in English is spelled GHOTI.
Don't you just love linguistics?
That's English. And when anyone tries to tell you that English is a good language or easy language, just explain that to them. And when anyone's trying to learn English, explain that this is why English is so damn hard.
Another example is the sentence buffalo, 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 buffalo.
And you can get away with 7 buffaloes in that sentence, and it is correct.
Technically, you can extend it.
Oh, yeah, they figured out how to get it to 8. Yeah, they did.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah,
and that's with different
like,
capitalizations, too.
Yeah. Well, basically, you can, as long as it fits a certain pattern, you can take the format that they use to generate 7, and you can actually extend it for basically as long as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the reasons I actually learned Japanese, because, like, it's a really well constructed language. And once you learn,
just don't try to learn the written forms, because then
I mean you can learn the written forms. I'm okay with the written. I've got my hiragana,
there's
my
katakana, there's kanji.
The hiragana and katakana are not that hard. You just have to study them.
No, they aren't. Well, I mean, if you play enough imported video games as a child, like you tend to pick some of that stuff up.
I mean, it really depends on just how smart you want to seem, because you do need, if you want to read like a newspaper, you need about 3,500 kanji to really, read straight through a newspaper without any questions. But if you, I'm
endlessly jealous of Japanese Twitter, because those motherfuckers could put a novel into those
They can fit
characters.
a fucking novel. God damn it. Kaki Kukeiko and Aiueo and all the others. Learning your kana is not actually exactly. And Weisefool can actually count too. Ichi ni san chi go roku shichi hachi kyuju.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watashi wa Nihongo ga wakarimasu.
I was raised Japanese Buddhist, so I was around a lot of Japanese immigrants as a child. Some of that stuff's like burnt in.
I
know Japanese. I understand Japanese better than I do French. And I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
And that was a mandatory. That's mandatory.
Remember that, like, when French people come over to Montreal and take the citizen test, they fail the French section because the French there is so wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you just go Google that. There are multiple people who have come over from France and can't pass the French test in Montreal. Because it's that bad. It is, like, diverged that much.
And like the way that Japanese is structured and kanji and all that, and how they how there's a propensity of using specific phrasings or like basic anecdote types to convey something, whereas you can't just do a direct translation to Google English, because you'll be like, wait, what? This is a fucking Darmok and Jalad and Tanagra situation
Right.
going on here. You can always tell when somebody's using Google
when
Translate.
the walls fell.
Yeah. And if you don't get that, fuck you. We're not gonna explain this. No. If you get it, you get it.
Good times, good times. But I mean, honestly, if people are ever thinking about learning any of the Asian languages, if you can't do tones, Japanese is for you, because there are ways to use tones and ways to use intonation in the language, and some words, like, it can matter for, like A. Bridgewater was saying. I mean, sake and sake, basically beer and salmon. They are slightly different, but in context, you really can get that all wrong and they still totally understand you and don't give you shit. So, like, you can learn Japanese completely flat with no tones, no intonations, no nothing, and still be completely understood.
They're so used to Americans at this point. I mean, like, half of them will understand basic English, but because they do English classes in Japanese high school for the most part too.
One of the things that really bothers a lot of my friends that I took all the time to actually learn Japanese and speak Japanese and spend some time there and all that, and I'm not an anime fan or a manga fan.
Manga.
Exactly. But I say that on purpose. Because mostly
I used to do the same thing.
And when I lived in Kansas City, some of my friends actually that would hang out up there were on the team at Wichita State, where they did most of, like, the dubbing in the 80s and 90s to bring all the anime over. A lot of people don't know, but almost all the dubs you see of anything from the 80s or early 90s anime style was all out of Wichita, Kansas.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a team there doing it.
Whatever managed to make it over without being spliced and diced with a couple of other shows and being called a completely different new series.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like how Power Rangers was Super Sentai, and then they would just change the non-suited parts with American high schoolers. I happen a lot. Robotech. If you understand what I say, what I'm talking about when I say Robotech, that's a good one for you. Beetleborgs, all that shit.
I just can't with Power Rangers, simply because, like, my introduction to them was, why is the Asian one yellow and why is the black one black? This is, I was waiting for the red one to pull his hat off and be Native American, and I was going to be like, you know what? Fuck all y'all. It's still, like, that show was problematic. Like, if you go back and you look at that show, it's actually, there's a lot of problematic shit in there. It's kind of crazy how much problematic shit was in the Power Rangers.
Yeah. Considering the era back then, I'm amazed Sailor Moon made it over here as unmolested as it did, frankly.
Don't know if I'm a fan of you using that word on Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon,
yeah,
unmolested.
That might be the wrong choice
This
of
is
words
just
there.
like one of my Japanese animes.
Indeed. Yeah, everyone. So what I'd like to do now is, actually let Kurt get to gaming. Because been awake most of the day.
Let me.
And it's time to get the gaming going.
Exactly. I am going to go and start rigging up the shit to swap this over. I can't wait until I don't need to shut this camera off.
Right.
In order to get it over. It's, resource sharing. It's a fucking frame buffer. Why can't multiple applications just hook into the same frame buffer? It's so fucking stupid. I hate it. I hate technology. God damn.
Tonight has been fun, Jerry. I flew in. I had to get up at 5 a.m. this morning to be ready and make it to my flight and to get back here. But I came right back and went straight to bed. I took a nap, and so that's why I was ready for the show tonight. Without that nap, I would already be asleep.
Oh no, I've turned into a fucking bunch of geometry and I'm blue. Oh no. This is terrible. This is like the last thing that I have not made as elegant as it could potentially be. I will figure it out, even if it's just like, okay, I've got another little slave machine here that's just blasting NDI video from my webcam out onto the network. But then I got some AV sync issues that would. I'll figure something out eventually. Yeah. Anyway, y'all can still at least hear me, right?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the meter on the OBS here, so I'm hoping they can.
Okay, good. Go live.
Yes. So while we wait for Kurt to get all his fun stuff set up, anything else you guys want to talk about? The mirrored is just, if you can read mirrored properly, then you know you've got your camera on mirror mode in OBS. So it tells you by regular or mirrored which direction the camera you're showing on screen there. I mean, Cellbright's hilarious because researchers have figured out, the guy behind Signal, Marlinspike, Moxie there, figured out that you could put some certain files onto your phone before the Cellbright actually scans it, and you could then, of course, hack the Cellbright and fuck it up. And I think that's hilarious, and that every activist who thinks they're gonna get their stuff taken from them should instead go to protest with like Android devices with the right files on it, just so every Cellbright in the country gets hacked. It would be a beautiful thing.
It's the right move.
Indeed, aesthetically interesting files.
I think it's interesting that there's a 12-hour attempt to learn a speed run in 12 hours. Some of the categories on Twitch.
There are a lot of categories.
There are a lot of them. Let me say.
Oh, the yawning is starting. I am feeling it today.
Oh, I mean, well, you've had a busy last handful of days.
I walked
in meat space.
I walked 18 miles yesterday.
Holy
18.8 miles yesterday.
Well,
so,
at least you're getting your exercise in, huh?
I am. I'm definitely feeling it, but my leg and my foot are feeling a hell of a lot better. I was able to actually pull that off, and I did almost 10 miles the day before.
I hate that Twitch actually officially has an ASMR tag.
It does, and there are people who do it. I mean, you can.
I mean, I understand. It's just
turn that on and go to sleep.
They just really accepted it.
They did.
Damn.
Oh, my ankle
there was a
me
birthday tag I should have used.
My knee was too.
There's an actual blindfolded tag. Amazing.
But you push through if you don't think it's injuring you. Like, you can usually tell how bad it is. And right now, I think most of the injuries I have are kind of in recovery, so a little activity here and there is not bad for it. And I
contemporary
think
dance.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at knowing when I'm hurting myself more or not. So
crochet.
I did have a compression sock on to help with the foot and all that too, and I think that really helped me make it. I mean, I won't say I didn't I didn't stop. I stopped twice along the way and took like 10-minute little sit down breaks and played on my phone during it. But it was good.
Do you think these marathon streams count for endurance training?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm putting that's going to be a joke tag right there because it talks about physical, and I'll tell you.
I'm there with it. If they complain about it, say, what do you think isn't endurance training about 50 hours? That's endurance, motherfucker.
I have done 80 hours of streaming in 2 sessions. I took a look at my statistics over the past week. According to Twitch, I have streamed a total of 3 days, 5 hours.
Hey, Kurt, what does ASMR actually stand for? I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know what the actual acronym is. Audio stimulated something.
It's when somebody talks in such a way where your sibilances are very, very pronounced, and if you're wearing some very nice headphones, you get those weird brain tingles. So yes, oh god. Yeah, and
Autonomous
for some,
sensory meridian response.
yeah, it's
It's
when,
basically someone
certain
whispering to you.
frequencies. Yeah, it's like that weird kind of like tingly, kind of erotic feel when somebody's whispering in your ear, and it's able to be quite very easily triggered by them talking, or like when you're crumpling
I
a
don't
piece
know.
of
I don't
paper.
get it.
Certain high frequency notes that for some people, like you can feel an odd weird sensation running through your scalp, like it's an actual thing. Some people are more sensitive to it than others. And yeah, it's become a whole fucking like genre.
Indeed.
Twitch has multiple built-in defaults for it. Like I think there's a thing where for turning in channel points that you can turn on where it's like you're only allowed to talk in an ASMR voice or something like that. I did not turn that shit on. Fuck no. Woof.
Oh yeah, no, the ear licking shit is horrible.
No, you are not masturbating to my voice. Get the fuck out of here, people. Not unless you're paying me a lot more than you are right now. Oh god,
I could see you doing that too, A Bridgewater there.
Oh.
I keep wanting to actually say your like real name, but I don't want to dox you, because I don't know if you care or not.
So
I'm just gonna stick with A Bridgewater.
They got a hairstyling category here. God damn. There's a fucking keycaps category for goddamn keycap. Oh my god. Oh my god.
How is that a thing?
Oh, trust me, I know. I've built keyboards, like full on soldered the key switches and shit. Like I have home built mechanicals here, so I understand. If you know what an artisan keycap is, then you are as much of a mechanical degenerate as I am, and we are all in hell.
Okay, since A Bridgewater doesn't care about the docs, we're gonna start at the beginning. He was born. No. No.
Meme runs is an actual category. Fuck yeah.
What the hell?
I should have done that for the Doom RLB grabber run. Now I know. Okay.
Good times. Yeah.
I'm looking for the one that's that basically conveys I have lost control.
The rest of our stream is just Kurt reading tags to people.
I'm almost done. I'm already at O. Nail art. Cool.
Let's talk to chat. I mean, I love the idea of the old 8088 stuff, Alistair there, but any fun...
what the fuck is pickleball?
That I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anybody in chat know what pickleball is?
Because that's gotta be some like lame like game. Like sounds like a mobile game.
Yeah, there is a Twitch category for something called pickleball. My God.
It's a sport. I mean, it doesn't sound like a... I mean, it does sound like something someone would do, but like...
yeah. Singing, single player, sit and go. Oh, that's for poker. They've got like 30 different categories for poker or various gambling types. God damn. Skincare, neat. Software development, social eating.
I mean, the Seattle thing there, everything cool starts in Seattle. Like, one of my favorite interviews I ever saw was Dave Grohl being asked, what the hell the whole grunge thing was. And his answer was actually pretty, like, spot on. His answer was not that they were anything special or that, anyone in the region up there was, like, any better than any other region in America, but that no one touring that was, like, any good, but at the smaller club level, like the 50 to 100 person club level, was coming there. So, like, they had no idea what was going on in the kind of upcoming music scenes from all around America because no one would travel all the fuck to where they all lived. So, their shit kind of came up organically because nobody was traveling to where they were. The whole grunge scene started kind of just out of, like, literally having no other influences that were traveling to all these small clubs. And so their own shit happened. And I think that's just kind of funny that we got something so cool, if his explanation is correct, which I would think he's pretty well informed on it, that just nobody was traveling there.
All right, so we're gonna, just for the fuck of it, I guess we're gonna do 100% because I want to do everything in it. Okay, let's go.
All right, everybody.
I had to max out my tags here because like once you click that drop down by mistake, there's no going back.
Whew. Okay, so are you live?
Yes, my stream has just gone live.
All right, everybody. Are you all ready for the raid? Let's see if it lets me. Remember last time it took us, I don't know how long, but it did not want to raid him.
Usually takes their chat server or whatever, back end or whatever the fuck. Probably takes them like a minute or two for it to light up.
Yeah, not showing up as an option yet.
Yeah, and well, when you show up, please follow, subscribe, push the stream, promote it, show me to your friends. I'm people don't expect me to be so friendly or goofy as I am.
Yep.
I had somebody tell me today that their housemate knew who I was from news coverage and then saw me playing shit on Twitch and was like, that is totally not what I expected. God damn, it's like people expect me to be some fucking terrifying, like very imposing, spooky hacker man or something, and not some Canadian goofball that is very deceiving. Yeah.
Indeed.
That's a good way to put it.
Thanks for
That's all. Yes. Thanks for giving him the sub, Birdam.
Yes. All right, we are gonna go look at things again. See if it wants to play nice.
Thank you, Martin Bishop. I appreciate it.
It does not want this to work at all. Yes, thanks Martin there. I think we had a good show tonight. Lots to talk about. I mean, I wasn't gonna bring up Val, but I'm happy someone asked about it, and I'm happy we got to talk about it. It's just there are a few of us that were actually, friends with Val, and I'm just hoping for the best.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the details that a lot of people didn't pay too much attention to, but I mean, Val's car that Val was in the day of the disappearance was found with the lights in the engine running and the door open and no Val.
That is not the best of signs.
So, I mean, I didn't say that earlier, but like, it's not. None of us are in a happy place right now on this front. So we're all just kind of waiting day by day to see what happens.
Okay, buddy. Let's can you do the raid now?
We are gonna try. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it says you're live.
Fuck yeah.
All right, everyone. It is Raid Kirtaner time.